Love them or hate them, you can't deny that Disney and Pixar dominate in the animated movies category, with monstrous hits like Frozen, Toy Story, Zootopia, Frozen, The Incredibles, Frozen 2. All these movies have earned more than $1 billion at the box office, so it's safe to say that they have an audience. But what about the movies that didn't make $1 billion? Not even $500 million. This certain animation studio has lived under Disney's shadow for so long, and yet has so many hidden gems. That's right, we're talking about Dreamworks. So today we're going to look at some Dreamworks movies. No, not the big blockbusters like How to Train Your Dragon or... No, the movie we're going to look at is... With screenwriters from Aladdin and Shrek, the film was sure to be a success. Well, shit. The story follows Tulio and Miguel, two conmen who by chance and a half find the city of El Dorado after swindling the map from some suckers. Wait, did I say suckers? I meant back in Spain, and find themselves in a classic conundrum because now the citizens of El Dorado think they're gods cause they're white.
These white men are dangerous.
Wait, wrong movie. So now they have to con their way out while not getting discovered and, you know,
Painful, agonizing failure.
while taking as much gold as they can, along with her. So, what makes this 2-decade-old movie special? Where do I fucking start? One thing one notices when watching this movie is the animation style, with amazing colors and patterns that take inspiration of Mayan and Aztec art, and they make sure you take notice as it's shown in the intro. Bloody amazing. The details, the animation, the water animation, the character designs. Sidetrack. Shell, this goddess among us, has no reason to look like this in this kid's movie.
Not really sure I trust you.
I'm not really asking you to trust me, am I?
The character design, as cartoony as they are, they have a sense of realism, giving it weight as it's easier to see ourselves in them. And believe me, animation does a lot.
A mouse?
Animated characters tend to fascinate the audience when they look like them. The more a character speaks, acts, and interacts with the environment in a way the viewer might as well, the viewer gets attached on a whole new level. And these characters are the perfect examples. And don't just take my word for it.
That's right, you can take my word for it too. These characters are far from perfect though. The heavily flawed characters who scam, lie, and are driven by greed, and only their own interests. Through the journey, they learn to be better people, and look out for others and be humble as well. Which they show by helping people from El Dorado. This is shown by them destroying the only entrance to the city of El Dorado to protect them from Cortez, who shares the same voice as this silly old bear. Losing all the gold they acquired in the process.
It was so much gold!
Honestly, for losing the amount of gold that's worth more than the King of Spain, he probably isn't crying hard enough. Both Tulio and Miguel go through satisfying story arcs. Tulio, a more greed-driven, reserved character, learns that money doesn't always mean happiness and to step out of his comfort zone to bang hot natives. While Miguel, a more carefree, reckless person who only looks out for the next adventure, learns to be humble and that settling down is not giving up, but a whole new adventure in and of itself. The supporting staff are usually hit or miss, but they're really hit in this movie. Not only that, you have Seko Khan, the one who speaks for the gods, and the chief of El Dorado, who have opposing viewpoints on how to run the place as Malcolm X and MLK. Everyone has a part in this movie, and no one really feels out of place. Even the horse has its own moments. Who, by the way, is voiced by Frank Welker. Yeah, Fred himself. The humor of this movie is pretty subtle and effective. The jokes, the one-liners, the physical humor all feel natural and flow within the characters. Not to mention the fact that they showed us the thirst Shell has for Tulio over here.
And now, to get the input from this random person I got from the street.
Please, can I just go home? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here.
Like, what I tell you, you either read the script or you go missing.
If the animation isn't enough to win you over, What about music and original scores written by two-time Oscar winner Elton John, who sings 7 of the original songs, and Hans Zimmer, yeah, that Hans Zimmer, who's 1 Oscar short of Elton, but makes up by having 6 times the amount of award nominations, which explains why 4 out of the 12 award nominations El Dorado got was for the music department, winning the Best Score award from Critics' Choice Awards. But sadly, El Dorado didn't win and the blimp in the Kids' Choice Awards. We can't win them all. This movie could have gotten the rights to use popular music and stick them in where they fit accordingly. You know, the easy way out. But they chose to write their songs, and you can tell they took their time as the way these songs complement the scenes and give them more life. Especially the one song in the middle, Road to El Dorado. One of my favorites. Honestly, I strongly feel like this movie would have been financially successful if it were released today. With the beautiful colors, the amazing music, and the great and amazing representation and appreciation of indigenous heritage. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case. It's really sad seeing movies that have a serious heart and a show of passion for the art fail, while other lesser movies succeed.
This is a Chunk Light analysis. Thank you, Aldo and Diego, for being in it, and we'll see you later.